Good afternoon. Welcome to Bingham Group's Big Three, top headlines for Austinites and those interested in our city every Monday and Friday. Our Big Three stories are here. Travis County early voting turnout passes 13% with more than 103,000 ballots cast ahead of Election Day. Stephanie Hayden-Howard is named Austin Assistant City Manager. And Austin's homeless camping debate also playing out in the Texas Legislature. This is the Big Three. When we start here today, more than 13% of all Travis County voters eligible to vote in the May 1st election cast their ballots during the early voting period, representing the highest early voting turnout the county has tracked across recent May elections. The county's total number of early voters is many times higher than any recent May election not involving the city of Austin, and nearly double the participation seen in May 2016 when Austin's proposition on ride-hailing service regulations was rejected by voters. This year's ballot in Austin is composed of 8 propositions pitched to city voters covering topics such as firefighters' labor negotiations, criminalizing public camping and sitting, and several Democratic items related to the city's leadership structure and elections practices. Stephanie Hayden-Howard will be Austin's next Assistant City Manager. Beginning May 10th, she will step into the role of Assistant City Manager for Health, Environment, and Culture Lifelong Learning, according to an April 27th announcement. That means she'll oversee the Departments of Parks and Recreation, Austin Research Recovery, which handles recycling among other duties, Austin Public Health, Austin Public Library and Animal Services, comprised of more than 2,600 employees and a $394.4 million budget, according to the announcement. Those departments touch on plenty of business issues, from COVID-19 guidelines issued by APH to construction and demolition recycling rules from Austin Resource Recovery. According to the announcement, Hayden-Howard will schedule public meetings with community members in the coming months to discuss topics such as ways to improve community health, Austin's culture, and the city's environment. City Manager Spencer Crunk said of Hayden-Howard in a statement, quote, "Her experience in public health matters, and management principles are crucial to driving the city's programs to ensure services are provided equitably in our community." Well, our final story for today, as Austin voters address the city's controversial homeless camping policies, a parallel debate is playing out at the Texas Legislature that could render the outcome largely moot. Directed primarily at Austin's growing homelessness problem, companion bills from Republicans in the House and the Senate would ban public camping statewide and penalize any jurisdiction that lets it happen. HB 1925 from Representative Giovanni Capriglione, who's a Republican from Keller, appeared primed to clear a significant hurdle Monday before hitting a snag. After thwarting a number of Democratic attempts to soften the language, an undisclosed issue prompted Capriglione to cancel a scheduled vote and recommit the bill to the State Affairs Committee. If successful, the ban would go into effect after results are canvassed, which would be within days of the election. But should it fail, the happenings at the legislature take on an even greater importance. Capriglione's bill, which would make camping on public land a Class C misdemeanor, also prohibits a local government entity from adopting a policy of not enforcing the ban. Any entity found in violation will be penalized financially by not receiving state grant funds for the state fiscal year after the year in which the final judicial determination is made. As laid out in his bill, intent can be established through evidence of cooking, making a fire, storing personal belongings for an extended period, digging, or sleeping. The statewide camping ban, if signed into law, will go into effect. So thanks so much for listening to the Big Three from the Bingham Group. We appreciate your comments, your likes, and your reshares. And make sure you follow this account for regular updates. We're going to see you on Monday morning for our next Big Three segment. Have a great and safe weekend.